Leanne's mother looked at her with a loving, slightly worried gaze.
You're home. Study hard, my dear.
Mrs. P said, her voice raspy. Liane nodded, her eyes shimmering as she looked at her mother, then at their fragile home, her heart heavy but filled with determination. Also living with Liane was her grandmother, an elderly woman over 70, who still worked tirelessly to help support her children and grandchildren. Every morning, she woke up early, her hands weakened by time but still persistent, chopping wood, cooking, taking care of the family. Her eyes always looked fondly at her grandchildren, as if entrusting them with her hope that they would overcome the hardships she had faced. Liane's grandmother, a petite woman with a wrinkled face, was weaving baskets to sell at the market. Although old, she worked every day with her rough, calloused hands that had weathered countless years. Her hair was white, her body frail, but her spirit remained unbroken. She looked up, smiling at Liane, her eyes full of hope.
Lie in. Sit with me for a while.
Her grandmother gently patted the seat beside her.
You know, your mother and I are very proud of you. Your father and grandfather would be too if they were still here.
Liane sat down next to her grandmother, resting her head on her shoulder, and whispered,
Grandma, sometimes life feels so hard. I feel like I'm fighting an endless battle.
We face so many challenges together. Every trial is a chance to grow stronger. You're not just learning for yourself, Leanne. You're carrying the hopes of our whole family.
Liane looked up at her grandmother's face, feeling the weight of each word and the sacrifices of previous generations that allowed her to sit here, go to school, and dream of a better life. Her grandmother smiled softly, her wrinkled hand gently patting Liane's shoulder. She looked at her with warm, hopeful eyes. Liane looked up, her eyes filled with determination. In the days that followed, Liane put even more effort into her studies, despite the cramped house, the lack of books, and sometimes going hungry from not having enough to eat. Her grandmother's words, her mother's worried gaze, and the memory of her father and grandfather who had passed away always stayed in her mind, giving her strength. One evening, in their small home, the whole family gathered together under the dim glow of an oil lamp. Liane's grandmother held her hand, her eyes blurred with emotion, but still filled with trust. Liane studied by the window, the light of the oil lamp illuminating her determined face. In that light were the shadows of her grandmother, her mother, her father, and her late grandfather. Generations, though different, journeyed with her on a path of hardship ahead. After many months of effort, Liane's hard work was finally rewarded. She became one of the top students at her school and was recommended to receive a provincial scholarship. This scholarship was intended to help students who had overcome difficult circumstances to continue their educational journey. The day Liane received news of the scholarship, her family was filled with joy and emotion. Her mother, Hang, with tears in her eyes, hugged her daughter tightly.
I'm so proud of you, Liane.
She said, her voice choked with emotion. Her grandmother, though aged, looked on with a radiant smile and embraced both mother and daughter, her trembling hands patting them with gentle affection. On the day Liane received the scholarship, it felt like a dream come true. The funds from the scholarship would cover her first year of university, giving her newfound motivation. A warm feeling filled Liane's heart as she felt the support from her teachers, friends, and those around her. Though life was still materially modest, Leanne understood that she was never alone but was always uplifted by the kindness of others. In that moving moment, Leanne promised herself that no matter what hardship she faced, she would never give up. She planned to study and work part-time to help with her school expenses. With the relentless effort she put forth now, she believed that one day she would reap the sweet rewards of her hard work, not just for herself, but for her family, those who had always supported and sacrificed for her. Leanne's story is not just about a poor girl overcoming obstacles, but it is a journey of hope and perseverance. The hardships did not deter her, rather, they made her stronger and more resilient. Leanne knew that more challenges awaited her in the future, but she was determined to overcome them all, step by step, to build a brighter life for herself and her family. Just as her grandmother and mother had advised her, she would carry hope and determination along this long road ahead. Useful vocabulary words and phrases from the story Love and Light from Family, Chapter 2. Vocabulary words. 1. Raspy, hoarse, or rough in sound. 2. Shimmering, shining with a flickering or wavering light. 3. Resilience, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. 4. Elderly, advanced in age. 5. Tirelessly, with a lot of energy and effort, without getting tired. 6. Persistent, continuing to do something in a determined way. 7. Calloused, having hard, thick skin from labor or rough conditions. 8. Unbroken, not defeated, or giving up despite difficulties. 9. Entrusting, giving someone responsibility for something with confidence. 10. Determination, firmness of purpose, resolve. 11. Cramped, confined, or limited in space. 12. Filial piety, respect, and duty shown by children towards parents and ancestors. 13. Testament, evidence, or proof of something. 14. Scholarship, financial aid awarded to a student for education based on achievements or need. 15. Emotion, a strong feeling, like joy, sorrow, or anger. 16. Modest, limited, or simple, not extravagant. 17. Motivation, reason, or drive to act in a certain way. 18. Uplifted morally or emotionally elevated. 19. Perseverance, persistence in doing something despite difficulty. 20. Deterred, to discourage or prevent from doing something. Phrases. 1. Stood at the edge of the riverbank, positioned near the bank of the river, observing the surroundings. 2. Looked fondly at her grandchildren, gazed warmly or lovingly at her grandchildren. 3. As if entrusting them with her hope, as though giving them her dreams and desires for the future. 4. Showed her resilience, revealed her strength and ability to endure challenges. 5. Wrapped her arms around, embraced warmly, indicating affection or comfort. 6. Strong, while having a lot of inner strength and determination. 7. Giving her strength, inspiring her, or helping her feel empowered. 8. Cramped, house, a house with limited space, feeling crowded. 9. Oil lamp, illuminating her determined face, light from the oil lamp, highlighting her expression of resolve. 10. Shadows of her grandmother, mother, father, and late grandfather, figuratively, representing the influence of her family across generations. 11. Rewarded for her hard work, recognized or given something for her efforts. 12. Choked with emotion, feeling so emotional that it's hard to speak. 13. Embraced with gentle affection, hugged lovingly and with warmth. 14. Dream come true, something greatly desired that finally happened. 15. Never give up to keep going despite difficulties. 16. Reap the sweet rewards of hard work, experience the positive results of one's efforts. 17. Step by step, gradually, moving forward bit by bit. 18. Teen. Build a brighter life to create a better and more positive future. 19. Carry hope and determination to hold on to optimism and resolve.